Hello, everyone. It is a great opportunity to be in your faces once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as the case may be, from wherever you might be listening from. So, yeah, it's that time of the month again when we have discussions surrounding cogent topics that are really, pivotal in our journey in our tech journey. So I am Evelyn, and I'll be your host for this month's town hall meeting. And for this edition of the town halls meeting, we are bringing an HR expert who is going to dissect every part of the discourse with us. So sit back while I review what our theme and topic for this month's edition of our town hall meeting is. And brought to you, this broadcast is brought to you by Tech It Girls. Yes, we are a community of women, and we are all about empowering women in tech in every capacity in which we can. What we do is to empower women and cheer them up, encourage them to pursue their dreams. So if you can dream it, we believe you can make it happen. You have the capacity to make it happen. So if you can dream it, if you can even think it, then you can make it happen. So sit back while we wait for our guest speaker and enjoy this educative and enlightening session. All right, while we wait for our guest speaker to join for this meeting, let me give you a brief of what Tech It Girls is all about. I promise not to bore you. Girls. It is a non-profit organization whose mission is to educate and encourage women and girls to pursue professions in technology. Right. So the term Tech It Girls means that we try to incorporate tech into everything we are doing. So anything you are doing, we try to make you see reasons why you can incorporate tech into it. So we are not only concerned with, preparing girls for coding and all of that. We also aim to increase awareness about what other individuals can achieve with technology and how they can use it to enhance their present career or skill. So if you're looking to upskill, if you're looking to, develop yourself, we are here for that. We are here for that. All right. So what is our mission? At Tech It Girls, our unwavering mission is to educate, is to encourage, and is to empower women and girls to embrace the limitless possibilities of technology. So we are trying to create a future where, gender disparities in the tech industry, right, is a thing of the past, and every individual, regardless of their background, is inspired to explore and excel in technology driven professions. So, what is our vision? Our vision is bold and transformative, yes, because just like I said earlier, if we can dream it, then we can um, make it happen. Yes, so right about now, we have our guest speaker available for us. Hi, Olua. Can
Hi,
you?
good evening. Can you hear
Good
me?
evening. Yes, yes, yes. So it is a pleasure to have you here with Techies Girls. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And I've prepped everybody before your arrival that we have an HR expert that is coming to dissect a very important topic with us. And so it's time for the review. For this month's town hall meeting, our theme is interview preparation and technical interviews. Interview preparation and technical interviews. So we understand that preparing for interviews, right, can be challenging. And our HR expert is here to tell us the pros and cons of preparing for interviews and also what technicalities, what intricacies to, expect when you go for an interview and how to handle them. So all of this will be dissected by our experts. So before you came in, I was just trying to give a brief about Tech It Girls, right? And our motto at Tech It Girls is you can do it, make it happen. You can do it, make it happen. So whatsoever you've imagined doing, no matter how big you think it is, no matter how challenging, no matter how impossible you think it is to achieve, we are here to tell you that for you to have that capacity to think about it, for you to have that idea, right? You also have the capacities to make it happen. And we are here to guide you through all the way. So I'll be introducing uh, um, our guest speaker, but before then, I would like you to know that we are available on several social media platforms and would like you to follow us at Tech It Girls, at Tech It Girls on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Just type at Tech It Girls and follow us because we have so many exciting and educative sections, events that would be coming up subsequently, even before the year runs out. And the juicy part is everything is free of charge, no registration fee, no training fee, and then you still get to, get educated. You get to get value for your time. Yes. So, right, our guest speaker is by name Rebecca Aino, and she is a formidable and well seasoned HR analyst, an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, ACIPM, and a visionary leader in the field of human resources with a passion for excellence and a relentless drive to contribute meaningfully to organizational success. Rebecca's journey in HR began at the esteemed University of Ilorin, where she pursued a degree in industrial relations and personal management. Armed with a solid foundation in the principles of HR, she embarked on her quest to become an HR trailblazer. Additionally, she holds the distinction of being a certified data analyst, which equips her with the essential skills to harness data driven insights for strategic decision making within the HR domain. So she's an HR expert and she's also a data analyst. So know that whatsoever she'll be dishing out to you, to us right there, is based on data, is based on hands-on experiences. Like she is in the field and she's exposed to several data, right? And whatsoever advice she'll be giving, whatsoever insights she'll be giving is not just words of mouth, it is based on actual data. So as an HR analyst at AB and AJ Limited, Rebecca has consistently demonstrated her prowess in various HR facets. A keen eye for talent acquisition has led to the recruitment of top tier candidates, providing a strong foundation for the company's growth. Furthermore, our expertise in performance management and employee development has resulted in a highly motivated and engaged workforce, driving productivity and job satisfaction. Beyond her professional accomplishments, Rebecca's interests play a vital role in shaping her dynamic persona. She is a passionate networker and socializer, adept at establishing meaningful connections within the industry. This proficiency in networking has broadened her horizons, fostering valuable collaborations and opportunities. We do not just bring anyhow persons on TIG space. No. See profile. Yeah. So Jesus is our greatest influence, and our greatest desire is to make Jesus proud wherever she goes. Hallelujah. All right. So um over to you, Rebecca. Thank you so much for, honoring our invite and being on this space with us. We cannot yet to, I mean, can't wait to hear what you have for us. So over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So, I believe you all can hear me. Can I
Yeah, we
confirm
can.
that?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Thank you so much for this great privilege. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much, Take It Girls, for this platform. And thank you so much, my audience, for coming around. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, I remember I always say Ibukolwa, I know. Yeah. It's 8 p.m. Okay, so today we'll be talking on interview techniques and interview tips, technical interview and interview techniques. So, I would like to share my screen. Yeah,
Okay.
just confirm if you can see my screen. Hmm, Entire screen. Okay, window. Entire screen. Okay, sure. Okay, I want to confirm if you can
Yes.
see my screen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Can you see the presenter's view too?
Yes, yes.
Can you see next slide?
Okay. Have you moved to the next slide? Though I can see
No, no,
some a
no.
box like next slide. Yeah,
Okay,
okay. That's things to know, right?
okay.
So I can see some a box like next slide.
Okay, all right. Stop sharing. Cool.
Okay.
Can you still see the screen?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Because this is a technical issue. This issue. Oh, apologies for this. Okay. Okay, so sorry, can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so thank you so much once again. So for today, our topics still remain interview preparation and technical interviews. So then things to know for during this discussion is what interview is, what to do beforehand, things to do during the interview, what technical interview is all about, and what are the common technical interview questions that we need to answer, like that we can prepare ourselves ahead. Then the key tips for preparing and excelling in technical interviews, conclusions, then question and answer. Okay, so the first one is what is interview? As we all know that interview is it's an avenue for the interviewer and the interview to get to know each other, to know what is expected of the interview, to know what is expected of the candidate from the organizations, what the organizations are looking for, to know if the candidate is actually right for the job done. Okay, so now what is an interview now? From this slide, it says an interview is a structured conversation between two parties, typically conducted to assess the suitability of a candidate for a job position, educational program, research, projects, media features, or any other role or opportunity. So basically, what the interview is just all about is for the recruiter to know what the value that the candidate is bringing to the table. So this is an avenue for the candidate to project all the skills that he or she has acquired over the years, the values he has added to to where he has worked before, and how he can articulate everything together and communicate. So that is what interview is all about. Then what are the things to do beforehand? Number one thing is acknowledge the interview invite. Yeah, we've seen a lot of candidates that they don't accept, they don't acknowledge their mails. Then the day of interview you will just see them and they will show up. It has happened before. One of the interviews I was part of, we actually sent out 5 invites to candidates, but at the end of the day it was only 3 people that acknowledged the mail. So we are only expecting just 3 people for the interview. But getting to after the whole stuff, then the front desk secretary just told us that there's still one more person. We're like, one more person, how? So we just told the person, okay, tell the person to come. So when she came, so she was like, yeah, you guys sent me an invite. I was like, okay. So what now happened? Do you acknowledge? And she said no. So that was how she forfeited the job. And looking through her CVs, sincerely, she was just the right person for the job. Looking through her CVs alone, but just the fact that she didn't acknowledge the invite, she actually missed from the job. So it is very, very important that anytime we are being sent a mail, let us acknowledge. It is good for us to acknowledge. Then another thing is research about the companies and the job role. This is very, very much important. It is important for us to search about the company, know what the company is into, know what is expected of you. Even from the job roles, you can actually tailor your CV to what the job role is all about. For instance, if a job requires you to find every job that requires you to be an excellent communicator, and in your CV there's nothing that could trace that you can communicate clearly, that's That's the end. So it is good for us, it is good as a candidate to research about the company, about the job role, and tailor everything, all what you are going to be saying during the interview process. Make sure it all align with the job roles. Then also read your resume. It is very, very important. These days we all outsource, some candidates outsource their resume to expertise, and they will dish out fantastic resume, and you'll be like, wow, like even you sometimes looking at the CV yourself, you'll be like, this job, I'm going to get this job. But it is good for us to read what, as a candidate, read what is in the resume, because there are times that the expertise that is revamping the resume knows what is expected for the role that you're applying for. So it's possible that they had a whole lot of things that even you yourself you can't even do, or possibly you can do them, but not to the extent at which they polished it. So it is very, very important for us to, as a candidate, read your resume, see what is inside. Is it what aligns to what I can do? If yes, then no problem, you can go ahead. But if it's not what you yourself can do, it's better for you to just remove it from the resume. Then for a virtual interview, make sure everywhere is well lit. Yeah. Anywhere you're using, then make sure your visual features, your device are okay, are working perfectly. For instance, your video, make sure it is well positioned, and make sure and everywhere there is enough light, not like a part is dark, and the interviewer is struggling to see your face to identify who he or she is conducting interview with. So for a virtual interview, make sure everywhere is well lit, and you can communicate. Make sure your mic is working perfectly. And if the interview requires you to do your presentation, make sure your presentation slide is okay, and every other thing. Make sure that everything is well organized. Then also, knowing how to overcome your nervousness might help a lot. Yeah, it is it happens. Yeah, it happens that probably your first interview, even if it's not your first interview, you've been doing the interview over and over again. There are times that you just be nervous that, hey, what will they ask? So this kind of role, I've not done it before. Just prepare yourself, look into the mirror, tell yourself, I can do it, I can do it. Yes, like, keep telling yourself, I can do it. Take a deep breath. Yes, Ibukulwa, you can do it. It has a way of informing your subconscious that yes, you can do it. This job is for me. It gets so that when you get to the place of the interview, you might be nervous a bit, but the fact that you inform yourself that I will get this job, yes, and with a smiling face, you definitely get the job. Like, just calm yourself and answer questions correctly. Then also find out about possible questions that might appear, as well as possible answers. Yeah, you can go online, search online. Oh, I'm applying for the role of a customer service. What are the likely questions that my recruiters can ask? So with that, you've done your assignment with it. Just search for the possible questions and also possible answers that is required. Okay, in this type of job role, these are the possible questions that they might ask, and these are the expected answers. Because it is not just about we knowing the questions, we must know how to answer those questions. For instance, a recruiter is asking you, tell us about you. Who are you? Can we meet you? And you started with, okay, I'm from a family of cis. I'm from a Christian background. I went to primary school. No, we all know that you did not come from heaven. You have a family, yes. Except if the recruiter specified that, okay, I want to know about your background, your family, your religion. Hey, you can now start saying it. All right, I'm from a Christian home. I'm from a family of five. I'm the third born. But in case the recruiter is not asking you about your family background, just go straight to the point. Your skill set, I call it SIT. Your skill set, your expertise, your attitude, and what you can tender. Those, just be yourself. The skills you've acquired so far, put it together. And it is not just the skills you've acquired so far alone, but the skills that is in line with the job you're applying for. So make sure it aligns together. Then dress properly once you're about to attend the interview. Dress properly. It is very, very much important. Dress very well. No, iron your dress, prepare it beforehand. Then things to do during the interview. Number one is you have to consider your manner during the interview. Sometimes early this year there was a news on Twitter that a candidate went for the job, and he complimented the recruiter that, oh, I love your pay, and that was the end of the job. The recruiter didn't take it lightly with him, sorry. So we need to consider our manners during interviews. The way you talk, the way you smell. Don't just smile widely, like just like when ha ha ha. No, no, no. Compose yourself. Then greet with enthusiasm, with a smiling face. Greet very well. Listen carefully and communicate clearly. You can always ask your recruiter, so sorry, I didn't get that. Please, can you come again? Yeah, they would explain it. Okay, from this question, this is what I'm trying to say. Can you explain? Okay, what can you do? But don't just assume that, oh, I've heard what the recruiter say, and at the end of the day, you are not giving the right answer to what is expected of you. So it is very, very much important that we listen as a candidate. You listen carefully and communicate clearly your point. Communicate it clearly. Then showcase your skills and focus on your milestones. Yes, because you don't have the luxurious of time. No recruiter is going to stay with you for an hour, 2 hours. So whatever questions they're asking, make sure you are chipping in your skill sets or what you can do. Oh, probably during the interview as HR, and they're asking, okay, have you done any job so far on HR? Oh yes, okay. Can you tell us what you've done? All right, thank you so much. Um, in my former work, what I was able to do was in the process of employer appraisal, we're able to gather questions as the HR team, gather the questions based on the leadership role, based on their performance, and we ask questions. So no, just be just make everything to be concise and go straight to the point. What you were able to do, showcase your skills. That okay, I was part of the team that's that came up with questions, interview questions, sorry, appraisal for the staffs in the organization. Just make it known. Anything you do, probably there was training and development for the staff. Okay, I was part of the facilitators. Oh, that shows your skill set and the number of people you were able to talk to. Okay, we did I was part of the team that conducted learning training for about 36 staffs. Then I was part of the facilitator. With that, you've showcased your skills that okay, this person can facilitate. As he or she has a presentation skill also. That is part of what the recruiters are looking for. So showcase your skills, focus on your achievements, focus on your milestones. Then don't take too long when answering a question. Go straight to the point. Whatever you want to say it at a go. Just articulate your words together. Sorry, I just want to confirm. Can you all still hear me?
Very well. Wonderful.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so that takes us to what technical interview is all about. Now, when we talk about technical interview, technically job interview for any position that relate to the tech industry. This is tech it girls. Yeah, sure. Tech it girls. So now what technical interview is all about is you knowing the position of any job that relate to the tech industry like software development, data analysis, data science. Those are what technical interview is all about, and it is expected of us to know what each role is all about, because it is not just about okay. Sorry, please. It is not just about you knowing your own personal okay as a software developer, what is expected, what are the skills that are needed. You have to know it so that when you get to the interview session, you will know how well to explain yourself. Now, what are the common technical interview questions? Number one is behavioral interview questions. Now, for this behavioral, what behavioral interview question is going to test is your behavior. What are your attitude towards what you say you are doing? For instance, as a software developer, what you'll be doing is you have to develop websites for your organization. What recruiters want to know in this kind of question is how well you can compose yourself. How well can you compose yourself when you are given a task? Can you work with teams? Can you work with two or three teams? How well can you manage people around you? These are what your recruiters want to know, and this is going to be seen during um during the way you are answering the questions. So it is very, very much expected of us, like as candidate, that we know how to compose ourselves when answering this kind of question. Now, the second one is situational interview questions. Now, what situational interview questions is all about is, when the recruiter is asking you to tell him about a time when you were above, like probably there's any challenges you're able to overcome. How were you able to overcome it? For instance, as a data analyst, probably you are dealing with like big data, and probably in the process of the deadline, okay, you were given like 2 weeks to finish up, and in the process there was a mistake while cleaning up the data, so you guys couldn't get the right answer. Maybe like 2 weeks, oh sorry, 2 days to the presentation. That is when someone in the team identified that, oh, there was a mistake while cleaning the data. How well can you how well were you able to manage the whole situation? Do you blame someone for it, that, oh, it is Mr. A that didn't do the right thing, blah blah? These are what the recruiters want to know. So you will be the recruiter is going to ask you, what is the any challenges you faced and how you were able to overcome the challenges. So that is what the situational um interview question is all about. Then the next one is question about your education. Why a recruiter is going to ask this question is they want to know how well you are developing yourself, because there are times that the organization might not have room to do a proper training, or probably send you to either outside the country for training. How well can you yourself just think, oh, what is happening in the world right now as a data analyst? What tools are they using again? Power BI, okay. There are people are now using Power BI, ZSQL. Oh, how well can I build up myself? These are what the recruiters want to know, and what you've done so far. Probably, while as a data analyst, when you did your training, probably it was just Excel and Tableau. Now people are using Power BI, SQL. Have you upgraded yourself to that extent? That is what the recruiters want to know. Okay, when I started my data analyst as far back as 2010. 2010 is quite when, like 13 years ago. So now, during that 13 years, what are the things you've done concerning your education, the knowledge you've gained? Same also for the fourth one, questions about your technical knowledge and experience so far. Do you just stay in a place, not until when your team lead says, all right, so we're having a training session today or next week, everybody prepare. Are you going extra mile to attend webinars, to attend trainings, just to develop yourself? So these are what the recruiters want to know. And in case you have not, it is advisable to start. You can search on YouTube, what is the latest as a data science, as a data analyst. What is the latest there? From there you can learn from people that has gone ahead. Then you will be on top of the game. Now, key tips for preparing and excelling in technical interview. Number one is practice coding challenges. It is very, very much important. You can use lead code. It is very, very good to keep practicing challenges. Have a group of friends that you study together. Oh, what's up in the coding world? Oh, this and this and this is what is going on. So just give yourself to practice. Keep practicing. Keep on practicing Don't just stay idle that, okay, I've learned this sometimes early this year. Right now, what have you done? So you have to keep practicing, and these are what you have to project during your interview. You need to let your recruiters know that, oh, even though I'm out of job for a while, I've been practicing coding this and no, this will actually give the recruiters that, okay, the person you're bringing on board will actually add value, that even though there is nothing, he or she can add value to himself on its own. You get. Then number two is study data structures and algorithm. It's very, very much important. Study the data structure. What is happening? Browse, search online. What is the statistic of people that are moving outside the country on getting this job or probably on this job? What is the latest? What is the course that people are taking? So try to check the data structure. Learn problem solving strategies. How can you solve a problem? Don't just do it one way, man. For every problem, there are diverse ways to solve it. So, what are the ways that you've learned so far? What are the strategies that you yourself have discovered and is working for you? And what are the ways you're also trying to make sure that you learn other ways to solve the same problem? Do you understand? 2 plus 2 we always give us 4. 3 plus 1 can give us 4. It is not just 2 plus 2 that can give us 4, but in the process of trying to just navigate your way, okay, how else can I solve this problem? I want to get figure 4. Then minus 7 plus 3 is going to give you 4 too. So all these things are just diverse ways to learn your problem solving skills. Then term complexity analysis, coding style and cleanliness, learn how to do it. Soft skill, wow, this is very, very much important. No matter the job you're applying for, soft skills is very, very much important. Everywhere it is needed. It is very, very much needed. Is it communication skill, time management, scheduling, team management? These are the skills that are very essential. No matter the role you're actually applying for, it is very, very much needed. Then mock interview. Go online, search, do some mock interview, practice on your own, then learn from rejections. Yes, it's not every job interview you go to and then they would employ you at the end of the day, but always learn. You can probably, after, there are some organizations that they they actually send rejection mail to employees, sorry, to their candidates. And once the candidates asks a question that, okay, ask question that, all right, thanks so much, I wish to be part of the organization, but due to the circumstances that I receive a rejection mail, please, can you tell me ways that I need to improve? It is very, very much important. You can ask. There are some HRs that would reply. As for me, I reply such emails because, for every interview, there is a jotting note where we write what we notice about such candidate, then we jot it down. So with that, I can easily go back to my note. Okay, oh, Diola, okay. What Diola didn't put into place was she didn't communicate her achievements. She only said she was able to, um, probably she has worked as a front desk of officer before every morning. No, there was no communication on values that she added to the role. No, I'm going to put it down. So with that, I can easily tell the reply Adeola's mother, wow, thank you so much for reaching out. My observation during the interviews were you were not able to articulate your achievements together, the values you added to do. This will give the candidate much joy. Then you as a candidate learn from it. Whatever the recruiter tells you, please learn from it, then ask, then try to search online. Then also, even before the interview, you can, I think I mentioned it earlier, go to YouTube. I'm applying for the role of data analysis with 3 years experience. What are the likely questions? What are the ways to answer it? YouTube is going to give you your answer. Google will give you the answer. So learn from rejections. Then make sure that the next interview you are going for, you did not repeat the same mistake. So that's that. Learning from rejection. All right. So in conclusion, by using your real life experience as a foundation for your interview preparation, you can demonstrate your expertise and problem solving abilities in a practical and relatable way. Just make sure to practice articulating your experiences clearly and concisely, and you'll be well on your way to a successful technical interview. So in summary, interview is an avenue for you to project yourself, to market who you are to your employers, to your potential employers. So it is very, very much important that you articulate your experience together, your milestones. That is what they want to hear. Because no recruiter is going to recruit a candidate just because she's beautiful, or because she can smile very well, because she has beautiful resume. But the value. That is what the recruiters want to see. What are the values that this candidate is bringing on board? So make sure you articulate your values very well before the interview. Prepare yourself very well, and be sure to get your job. Thank you so much for listening. I remain my humble self, Ibukoloa. I know. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for that session. I mean, I learned a couple of things, and I'm sure whosoever is listening also would have gained one or two things. Thank you so much for that insightful and educative session. And yeah, I have some questions that I would like to ask. And I'm not just asking for myself, I'm asking on behalf of, some other people that will be listening. So, do you have like some responses that we can give to interviewers, especially the ones that are not within our home country, right? Taking Nigeria as an example. So I've had instances where, um, I mean, questions surrounding diversity, inclusion, and all of that. Probably things that are even against my belief, right? And they're asking me questions surrounding that. Is there a way in which we can, navigate around these questions and not come off dismissive or rude or whatnot? I don't know if you understand my
So please, can you
question.
try to come again? I'm struggling to understand the question.
Understand. Okay.
Okay.
So, for instance, now I had a job offer from probably US, and we jump on a call together, and then yeah, my interview, and I'm asked questions around my race or my
Okay.
belief,
Okay.
or I mean all those things, right? Or even what I feel. For example, one of the typical questions one can get is um, walking around probably all these LGBT community kind of people, yeah, and it is against my belief, yeah. So I'm asking if there are, ways that we can navigate around these questions without coming off as being rude or dismissive. And then, because they pay attention to all of these things. They pay attention to tone, they pay attention to, yeah, everything one says. So I just, want to ask if there are ways to navigate around such questions during an interview.
All right. Thank you so much for the question. Well, what I would just suggest is this: whatever your belief is, hold on to your belief, regardless of the job or the money. Hold on to your belief, because there are instances that, okay, my first role, my NGO where I worked for, yeah, there, it's actually on sexual and reproductive health. So it's an NGO
Mm,
that focuses on adolescent sexual and reproductive health. But there were still some things that the donors actually want from the organization. Now, the organization has been awarded the contract, though it was not clearly spelled out, but it was during the report that, okay, what are the things you've done so far? And we're like, okay, we've reached out to about 20 girls, 100 girls, and we're like, okay, after reaching out to them, what else do you do? They were still expecting us to do some things beyond that, but When we got to know what the intention was, what we just did was we told them that okay, fine, we know what you're expecting from us as organization. However, based on our belief, we won't be able to do such. And it was not the way we actually answered the question, it was not like maybe we're tensed or under duress or anything.
Mm,
We just let them know what our belief is all about. And though there was a kind of there were issues at first, but at the end of the day it was resolved and we continued the project. And project was a 5-year project and everything was resolved.
mm,
So whatever your belief is, hold on to your belief, but just know how to articulate your words together. That's just the whole thing. Learning how to articulate your words together. You already know that okay, for these people and in the process of you researching about of the company, you would
company.
have seen some glimpse of what they are into. So with that, you will know what the job role is all about. Okay, so from there you can actually pinpoint that oh, these people are LGBTQ species, or is this what I want to do or I want to run away? If it is what you want to do, no problem. But if that's not what you want to do, so when you research about the company, even about the recruiters, because especially all these international jobs, you will see
Yeah.
your recruiters. You can read about them, their profile. Then once it's about those guys that they don't hide what they do, you will see everything there. You will see basically what they do. So with that, you can understand what they are into, what their belief is all about, and if it aligns with your own belief. Then another thing that I would like to tell candidates is if a company's belief is not what you believe in, the person is just to leave. Don't say because of the money I want to stay, because most times most times you will see that after they employ such candidates, 2 months, 3 months, they'll say, I'm done. I want to leave this place. And having such gaps in the resume, it doesn't
Mm,
speak well as a
of
candidate.
course.
You having
Mm,
like, oh, 2 months, work here, 2 months, another one, 3 months,
mhm,
it doesn't
mhm,
speak well of you as even as a as a
mm,
candidate. Yeah.
mm. Thank you. Thank you so much. So that leads me to another question in which you just mentioned now. So, is there a number of years that someone should spend in an organization before moving on to the next and be taken seriously? So, is there such duration?
Okay, actually, there's no duration, but the minimum is just like a year, 2
Okay.
years. Yeah, that was still okay. But having 6 months, less than a year, does not really speak of less than
Be-
6 months.
Before.
But
Okay.
6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years,
Yes.
wow, because that shows your consistency. That shows that
Mm,
you are not jumping from one organization. You've learned
mm,
what the organization is into and you can defend the organization. Then another thing that I would like to say that some candidates usually say is once your recruiter is asking you a question, why do you leave your former organization? Don't say bad things about the organization. Don't. Because saying bad things about the organization is not speaking well of you as a person. That
mhm,
shows you can bad not anybody because they are
mm,
not
yeah.
there. So the
Mhm,
best thing is, oh, I left the place because I saw another opportunity. Then I would like to progress in my career. Like,
yeah.
those are the
Career
things you
advancement.
can see. Probably, oh, my role over there, I saw that I've been doing the same thing all over
Mm,
again. Then I needed new challenge. I need to face another challenges, and with that will speak well of you.
mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, right about my last question.
Yeah.
Do you have, I know you mentioned during your presentation that before your interview, try as much as possible to practice, research, and don't be nervous during the interview. But sometimes you cannot just get over the feeling of nervousness and tension. So, are there practical ways to get over it really? Or, I mean, because y- going for an interview, you're going with mixed feelings. You don't know the questions that you will get from the recruiters. You don't know how intense it's going to be. You don't know if you did well, if your performance will be preferred than your other applicants and all of that. So sometimes one can't just help but being nervous, right? So are there practical ways to actually overcome this anxiousness and nervousness during interview?
All right, thank you. Well, what may I do sometimes is, no, number one is research about the company. Know some questions, like also research about questions and answer. With that, you are trying to set yourself, okay, the recruiter is before me. The recruiter is asking me, can we meet you? Thank you so much, Mr. A. My name is Ibukolo. You are practicing. Then what I do myself is I have a mirror, a big mirror in my room. Then I will sit opposite the mirror. I'll start asking myself questions. The way I'm doing it, like I'm trying to calm myself down. So now on the day of the interview, I have some words that I say to myself, I can do it. I know I'm the best. I'm the best. Yes, I'm the best. I'll be like, MK, you are the best. You have 4 years experience. You are a certified HR. Those things actually has a way of telling myself that, oh, I can do it. And it's bringing out the boldness in me. So that when I get before the recruiters, even though they are doing somehow, I can always approach them with what I have. Then smile. No matter how nervous you are, just take a deep breath. You're fine. You can do it. Just tell yourself. That's what I do basically. I tell myself positive words, great words. I'm the best. I'm the best. I am the best, like the best of the best in this room, in this interview room. Yes, then I'm smashing every questions. I know how to answer it. I know myself. So far, I'm not lying. I know all my skill sets. I know the skills because from the advert, you can see the skills that are required. So just tailor your answers, all your practice questions and answer based on those skills that has been listed in the job role. So with that, you can actually work on calming yourself down. Then over time, as you go for interview, there are times that I don't even need a job. I will intentionally apply for the job just to go and test my interview skills. Okay, let me go. I did one 2 months ago here in Ibadan. I did. I'm not planning to change my job anytime soon, but I just went there. I applied for the role. I was called for the interview. I just went there, to also learn. Okay, what has been put into place again? What's the upgraded
Mhm,
version of interview? Okay, with
mhm,
that,
mhm, mhm, mhm.
keep yourself
Yeah.
updated. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vokolu. I really appreciate you. And it has been an awesome time with you for the past minutes. Thank you for enlightening us and, educating us also. And I hope and I believe that when we put all of these cheat codes that you've given to us into practice, we are going to land that job. We are going to get our dream job, and then we'll
Sure,
come
sure.
back and appreciate you any way we can.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
So
welcome.
any last words for us before we call it a session?
Okay, thank you. So what I would say is that every rejection is not that's not the end of the world. I tell myself every no is next opportunity. So for every rejection, mails or anything, just tell yourself that shows I'm the best. I know I didn't put in all that I need to put in here, but I'll make sure that the next opportunity I'm putting all that I need to put into it. So every no is called next opportunity. Thank you so much.
Mm. Awesome. Thank you, Ibunkolua. I
You're
know.
welcome.
Thank you so much. So, I mean, anywhere you're hearing us from, or you're listening or watching from, every no is next opportunity. So you move on. You do not stay on that rejection. You do not dwell so much on it. You pick yourself up and you forge ahead. Thank you so much once again. It's
You're
been an
welcome.
amazing session with you, and we would love to have you back here some other time. All right.
Well,
So do well to follow us on all our social media pages: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Tech It Girls. And on YouTube, subscribe to our channel because we always have, wonderful events and sessions like this with tech experts coming up. And we have so many of such for the remaining part of the year. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye.